Caller, you're in the room.
Well, well, hello, George and Austin and Noah. Hi,
Hey there.
everyone.
Hey,
Hello, how are
girl.
you?
I am doing good tonight. I don't think I have a spooky story, but this story kind of threw me off a little bit. I saw your post, Noah, about children reincarnated,
Mm-hmm.
and that right there. And I also hope you follow through with what your daughter wants to do with doppelgangers too. I hope you follow
Yes,
through with that.
yes. I'm working on it. I promise. It's so hard to like content research sometimes because a lot of the times these people don't even want to talk about it. They really don't. But I am. I promise.
It gives chills. Anyone who's experienced that, it gives the most uncomfortable chills. But that's not what I'm going to talk about. I want to talk about my son, who I think is, I want to say reincarnated or just an old soul. Between the ages of, well, since he could talk, I would say about 2, and it kind of died off around 6 years old. But he would say the most random things, like on his fourth birthday, when we're all singing happy birthday to him, he got upset and said, "But I'm 100. I am 100." Like he really got frustrated, like we all got his age wrong.
Mm-hmm.
He likes to walk around ever since he could walk in house shoes and a robe.
Like a little old
He,
man.
Do you have a little wine glass too?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, because you know how hard it is to keep house shoes or shoe socks, period, on little ones, and he would keep his on, wouldn't lose them or anything. One time when he was between the ages of 4 and 6, he woke up one day, and it would just be random. He would say, "I miss my family," and I was like, "Excuse me?" He's like, "I really miss my mom and my dad and my sister." And I'm
Wow.
like, "But you have all that here." And he was like, "No, this isn't the real one." And then he'll just walk off and go play. I was like, "Wait a minute now."
It sounds like your baby definitely been here before. And
Yep.
I said it in the video. Like African Americans always, whenever a baby is doing something that's beyond, like that baby been here before. That's the perfect example. I'm promising you. How old is he now?
He's 9 now, and he doesn't say anything like that. Like I said, around 6, it died off. And let me tell you, this was the most strangest thing to me. He said, even though all of it is strange, he woke up, and it will usually be when he wakes up. He woke up and said, he looked around confused, and he was like, "This is not the real world." I said, "What?" He said, "This is 3D. This isn't 4D. Excuse me,
Right.
you are 4. What are
What?
you talking about? What do
Oh
you mean?"
my gosh. It sounds like he reincarnated and he was remembering. And it's so funny you said like around 6 it kind of died off because that's when most parents say they stop recounting these memories. And whenever he
Yes, it
sleep,
just,
it sounded like he was traveling. Like what 4-year-old is gonna say that?
oh,
You know,
yes.
it's a lot of levels to it. There's different dimensions. It's astral projection, planes, different places. So I believe little buddy, and it sounds like he was 100 years old at one point. You know, the robe, the
I mean,
slippers, and
he must have been. And he loves, first thing in the morning, he wants his apple juice warmed up.
oh yeah, that was
What?
an old man, girl. That
With
was
his
a oh
vitamins too.
yes, with his vitamins. Probably he probably was asking for the newspaper. Girl couldn't even read. That is crazy. Thank you so much for
And
sharing.
he told me one time, he said, he looked around one time. He, like I said, it's always when he wakes up, he looked
Mhm.
around and he was so frustrated from his nap. And I said, "What's wrong?" He said, "Oh man, I'm young again."
Yeah.
And it's like, even though he
Damn.
doesn't say those things anymore, the older he gets, he out of all my children, he's the only one that doesn't seem like he knows he's a child. Like when he
Mhm.
would first start talking, he would say, "I guess I'll go over there and play with those humans." "Those what?" "I'll go over here and talk to these humans." I was like, "They're people." But he act like I was saying it wrong. And he would always call them those humans.
Wow.
So yes, just when I saw your video, I said I
Mhm.
have to call in. I wish I
Mhm.
had a spooky story to share,
This is
but
what this is
This
that
what
is a
there,
this it's not spooky. It's just it's weird. It's
interesting.
interesting because people always take what they kids tell them with like a grain of salt, and I'm like, why do they do that? Because most of the times these baby ain't got they don't have nothing to lie about. Like why would they lie about something like that? You know, especially so
yes,
young.
and this is the last part that I'll say. I had to have an emergency C-section to have him.
Mm-hmm.
He came an entire month early. And
Mm-hmm.
I am extremely bad with dates. I mean, extremely. So for him to come on the first of the month, I was like, thank you, Jesus. I can remember his birthday. I know that sounds bad. But the way that he was born, he was supposed to, I had placenta previa, if I'm
Mm-hmm.
probably saying
Yes.
it wrong.
No, you're saying it
Where my
right though.
placenta, okay, well, it ruptured, and the length of time it took them to finally get me to the hospital, he was supposed to have suffocated, but he
Mm-hmm.
had something covering him.
Mm-hmm.
I guess y'all call it the veil. I guess I don't
Mm-hmm.
know, but he
Yes.
was able to be okay, and we both woke up in ICU. Well, he was in NICU. I woke up in ICU, and I was like, this baby fought to
Mm-hmm.
be here.
Yep. And it's
So
always the babies that had traumatic experiences coming into the world that will say the creepiest shit that will scare you. Trust me, because my daughter wasn't supposed to make it either. And someday she still be having me like, girl, I don't even want to hear it because I'm going to sleep
oh
with the light
yes,
on.
yes.
That is
Well, I
so
thank y'all so
crazy.
much for
Thank you
letting
so
me share.
much.
Thank you so
Thank
much for this
you.
for the cash app, and thank you so much for calling in.
Well, oh man, we
His
have never
cider.
had. That's the first reincarnation
Yeah.
call that we've had ever on the show, and I believe her. That baby been here before. I'm telling you.